Guys, as you know, the largest fire in New Jersey history happened in Edgewater last night. We've got Team Chaser coverage with Alex and Sabeel. Sabeel, you are at the location. I want to start with you.
This fire displaced over 1,000 people,
Wow.
and there were 500 first responders. 35 towns responded to this fire. This is a luxury apartment complex. People are paying a lot of money to live here, and they had the expectation that it was fireproof, but it was made out of wood. You don't have to be a physicist to know that when wood is on fire, it burns. I spoke to Barry Reich, whose 2 kids were in one of the apartments that burnt down, and he said he was paying $3,500 a month for that 3-bedroom apartment. What is that, a bed?
Yeah, I actually see my kid's bed.
There was an efficiency and a congratulations to the first responders that everybody got out.
So no one was injured, but you can't say the same thing about everyone's pets here. Here's a picture of Patrick the cat.
Great personality, very friendly to everyone, just loved life.
Barry stood outside his burning apartment with his twins. He actually begged the firefighters to go rescue his cat, Patrick.
They looked at my floor, they said, "Where's your apartment?" I pointed to them, and they just said, "We can't do that."
He went by the cemetery, which is attached to this building, because he believed that if Patrick got out, which would have been a miracle, he could have been hiding there.
Patrick! Patrick!
Patrick! So obviously they lost a lot. He's looking for Patrick. He's giving out his cell phone number, and that number is 201-978-0610.
With full respect to Barry, nobody's looking for Patrick the cat this morning. It's a minor miracle, actually a major miracle, that 1,000 people are displaced and no one was hurt.
Tamara, your apartment building burned down.
Yeah. In fact, right before I started working at Chasing, the upstairs neighbor took a nap while making lunch, leaving it in the oven. I got a call later that night saying that my building had burned down to the ground.
What can our viewers do to help these 1,000 people who have now been displaced in the middle of winter with no belongings? How can we be helpful?
Well, I spoke to Barry, who's looking for Patrick the cat. So obviously, if you can help them find their pets, it may be insignificant to other people, but to everybody who actually owns a pet, that's really important. Also, a lot of them have been displaced to local hotels. So yeah, if you can contribute to the Red Cross and help out in any way, come on down.
Thanks, Sabeel. Now I want to go to Alex. Alex, you are in the thick of it. You've got the building behind you. I see you're standing right next to one of the first responder fire trucks. Tell me what you got.
This is what's left of the Russell building over here at Avalon at Edgewater. Firefighters are still there using hoses, using aerial lines to darken down some of these hot spots that could flare up and catch the building on fire again.
Let's get some perspective. Take a look up here. This is what that spot used to look like.
I talked to some of the people that were in the middle of it last night. One of them, a guy named Tony Zhang, says he thinks he lost everything.
I feel bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel bad.
If you had to run out of your home with only a few minutes' notice, what would you bring?
I just grabbed the bag and some wallet, something like that, and I didn't grab anything else.
I grabbed my bag, my wallet, my car keys, and my laptop. I had just gotten home. Yeah, I had just gotten home from work. I was sitting down. I turned on the TV. I had food in the oven.
No one knew what was going on. No one knew what was happening. And the helplessness of these people who had to stand across the street as fire completely destroyed everything that they have.
You hear the windows popping out. You hear explosions. You hear the roof collapsing. People sobbing. Kids are crying. Sirens are everywhere. It's mayhem.
Here's Edgewater, the little dot on the map there. But you go all the way around Hackensack, Clifton, Nutley, Rutherford, Lyndhurst, Kearney, Union City, Jersey City has a big department. You're talking about fire responders, not just from the area, but from the region. Yeah. It's a massive response. I'm glad they were all there. But just think about the size of a fire that calls that many personnel.
You got to give a shout out to New Jersey's bravest. I mean, these guys were on the scene. They worked through the night. You know, you're not always going to save the property, but the saving of the lives is what's critical. High-speed chase, Alex.